I wanted to take some time to go over the structure of an effective focus lesson. Our focus lessons within reading and writing both follow CTAL. CTAL is an acronym our district uses, and I wanted to go over each component of the CTAL. First, connect is when the teacher connects the previous day's learning to remind students of what they had talked about the day before. It also is a time to let students know that the work ahead of them will fit into the lives of both readers and writers. The next component is the teach. This is where the teacher does the talking and the students do the listening. Teachers usually demonstrate a skill by providing a strategy students can use to practice that skill when moving off into their independent practice time. It is very important in this component that teachers model their thinking and do the work alongside students. So the students see the teacher as both a reader and a writer. The next component of CTAL is the active engagement. This is when we give students the opportunity to try out what we've just taught in the teach. They have time to practice what they've taught or what we have taught them, and it could look a little different. They could actually read something and respond. They could write something. They can turn and talk to a partner. So those are just different ways that students can show that they're understanding of what was just taught in the teach. Now the link is where it's at the end of a focus lesson, and this is something that we want to remind students about what they will be going out to try for that day. It is quick. It's just basically a reminder, and hopefully it transfers into the student's independent work time. The share is at the very end of the workshop. So after students have gone out and have tried what you have asked them to do, and you've gone around and you have conferred, then when we come back at the end of the workshop, it's usually like a 5-minute share. And students are often sitting in a circle, and so that they are more focused on who is speaking. Now, a tip would be to have those students share that you've met with, that you've conferred with. So then you've had the opportunity to see what they've learned as readers or writers, and you have also had time to rehearse with them what they will teach their peers. And if I scroll down a little bit more, I've put together a focus lesson teaching point for an example of different verbiage that you can use and about approximately how long it should take within the focus lesson. So for within the connection, these are some phrases that you might want to say. Again, with the teach, here are some other options that you may say when introducing the new teaching point. And this is probably your longest point. This is 4 to 5 minutes of instruction time. The active engagement is 3 to 4 minutes. And again, this is setting up the students to be successful in their independent time. And it also gives you some examples of what you could ask students to do during this time. I would also encourage teachers during this time to lean in to what the students are sharing and what they are doing. So then that gives you an idea of, are they getting it? Or maybe you need to extend on your lesson, or you may have just a few that may have some misconceptions or not quite on track of what we're going to ask them to do independently. So you might want to hold those students back at the carpet and send the others out to start the work. And again, the link is how you wrap up the focus lesson. So you're just reminding them of what you've set them up to do as readers or writers before you send them off. And again, it's just about a minute. Again, after they've had some independent practice out on their own, we bring them back to the carpet, and this is where they have an opportunity to share what they worked on as readers or writers. And I'm not going to go over all this. I will send you this attachment when it gets closer to time, or if you want it now, you can let me know. But again, this just gives you some more examples of what could be said, a different template that you could plan out your focus lesson with. Here's another example of a template. I have lots of different templates, so we can work towards finding one that's right for you. So again, the purpose of this quick tutorial was just to go over the structure of an effective focus lesson in both reading and writing, and what CTAL, the acronym, stands for, and what your job as the teacher and what the job of the student is during the focus lesson. All right, guys, thanks so much.